Hello, welcome to Lori's DIY Life. This is Lori. Okay, so yesterday I made these backgrounds using Nouveau paste, glimmer paste, what was the other one? Shimmer paste, um, and the mousses, right? The Nouveau mousses. And I wanted to make it more kind of artsy looking, and so this was just a regular stencil, and there was some bleeding through, and I didn't hold the stencil down real good. There was nothing wrong with the product or the stencil. It was me. It was I wasn't holding it down good enough and stuff. So the fact that it didn't turn out as clean as it could have was really my fault. But I still think I'm going to try to use this. Maybe not today, but I am going to try to use this. This one I did just by taking the different stuff and smearing it, and it's pretty smooth looking. And I thought, this really wasn't what I was looking for. I really wanted that piled up paint look that artists do when they paint something. And so then I did this, and I maybe didn't do a very good job of it. It does have the piled up paint look. You can see the texture and stuff in it. But the way I did the colors, maybe not so great. But I'm still going to try to use it. And then these were just seeing, because some of my stuff had dried out, and I wondered, would it still work? Or will it come off? And guess what? It still worked. And really not coming off. And this was more of the same. If I smeared this dried up stuff, would it stay on? And really it is. The purple was the one that was dried, not this one. This one was perfectly fine. But the purple's the one that was dried. And I don't know if I'll be able to use this for anything or not. But you know what? You keep it and you see maybe at some point you can do something with it. Maybe a die cut, maybe. Who knows? But this is the one I'm wanting to work with today. And honestly, I think what I'm going to do is a 4x6, 6 and 4x6 card. I'm going to mat it, and I think because I want it to look more artsy, I probably should stick to black matte. And so let me measure this here. Yep, this will be big enough, because I'm just gonna go. Okay, I need to turn it the other way, of course. But I got a scrap piece here that I'm just gonna put in, and I'm gonna go to probably 3 and, let's see, a half, a quarter, 3 and a 16th, and no, 15/16. So and then I'm gonna do 5 and 15/16 basically. So that should give me my base right there. I'm gonna go ahead and glue this down. Figure out which glue I'm gonna use here, because I haven't pulled out. That one's not gonna work. This one's been sealed up for quite a while. But let's see if it's gonna work. I also did want to try this Aleene's tacky glue with like the gilding flakes and stuff. Okay. And I'm just gonna stick it on. At this point, not worried about upside down and all of that because that doesn't matter at this point, right? Not yet. And as you can see, I'm a little bit too high up, so I'll move it around, and there we go. Now we've got our mat. Okay, now I want to take this and cut my piece. And so I should measure. So it's almost 6. So I will cut, I'm going to say 3 3/4. And I'm just going to cut anywhere. By 5 3/4. I'm going to leave this because this is more textured right here. And that's more what I'm going for. It's okay, so 5 3/4 now. It only took a tiny bit off of this way. I need to mention real quick, Tonic is having their vault sale. And today they put up kits, and there's amazing prices. And I placed my order early this morning. So if you like Tonic, like I like Tonic, which I wouldn't even consider it like, it would be more love. Okay, so that's about the way I wanted it to be. So now I'm going to go ahead and glue it down. And I'm liking the way it looks. I'm not liking the way these corners are sticking up, but that could actually be the card blank causing that. Okay. Now I just used a multi-purpose cardstock when I did these backgrounds, and it's the Crafter's Companion. It used to be called stamping paper. Now they call it multi-purpose, not paper but card. So now what I wanted to do with this was keep it pretty clean looking because of the textures in here and, you know, that layered up paint look and stuff. So I wanted it to be pretty clean. And I would have liked to have just stamped an image on here and left it at that. But this is layered, and I just don't believe it will stamp nicely. I could be wrong, and we can try stamping this after. So, but I just figured, let me make this the way I think it really should be done. And so I'm going to die cut just some simple flowers, but I still want to keep with kind of an artsy theme. And so I could be wrong. Maybe I should be doing bright colors and that, but I'm not. I'm not doing a lot of colors. I picked green for the leaves. And for the flowers, I wanted to use the blue. And then I figured we would do some gold additional leaves. So now it's just a matter of figuring out which ones are which, right? Okay, so I don't need the whole sheet of green, and I know I'm not going to need a lot on here. I want to keep it simple. So I will take this smaller sheet. You move this over so I can make sure you're seeing it. And this is going to be leaves and stems and that stuff. So yeah. Come on, there we go. There's one leaf. I really don't know. I'm thinking this might be the one I want to do. This poppy here. Just real simple, right? So this would be the poppy. But then I would need another color, not the blue. Well, let's stick with the blue, but this might not work. Okay, poppy. What is the rest of the poppy? Let me look at the picture. Basically, maybe I'll do that in the gold also. Cut my gold paper. Stick that here. And take this center. And I want this. And the green. And then maybe I will do some different flowers just to have some stuff to play with. I gotta run it through anyways. I might as well run it through full up, right? That's the way I see it. Okay, green. And maybe this green. Whoops. Green. Green. Green, 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 green. Let's see what happens when we get these run and put it on there and see what everything looks like. Okay, and we're gonna want some little extras in just gold. I don't know if we're gonna use any of this, but and you can see there's a lot of little stems on here. This is a Sizzix set, and we don't see a lot of people doing a lot of stuff with Sizzix, but I'm telling you, Sizzix can do some really nice stuff. So kind of like that look, maybe I will do this in the gold. Just for some reason, I kind of like that. That look right there might look good on there, I'm thinking. Okay. And of course, they got a light green, but we're going to do different colors. We're going to see. We're going to play. We're going to cut them out, and then we'll see what happens. Okay. So, I should have known that was going to happen. I didn't tape anything down. I was hoping I wouldn't have to. You know, I'm wondering if these little pieces are going to end up falling out, but let's give this another shot here. Okay. I am going to do it this way. Anyways, I was saying that Sizzix has some nice stuff. Sometimes they're, you know, they're kind of more of an original maker of this stuff too. They've been doing it for a long time. Well, they were doing it for schools, right? And teachers and businesses and all of that. My first machine was the Sizzix that you pulled the handle down. So, oh, that gold one looks so pretty, right? Let me get these put away. I don't want to lose them, so I just want to put them on real quick because they are so small. I just want to get them put away. Before I lose them. Okay. Now the rest of them are bigger. I need to clean that one out better, but get this one out. So I did maybe make a mistake with choosing contrasting flowers. You know, the colors are kind of contrasting. I did that on purpose, and maybe that's was a mistake. Where did that die go? It's got my stem on it. It must be somewhere here. Okay, come on. And none of them wanted to come out, I guess. I put some of the little ones where I need some of the big ones, so I'm having to move them. This is the poppy, so this poppy would take this flower. Now I just gotta find that other stem. I remember it. It's gonna be hard to see, huh? Huh. I can't find it and I need it. Very badly. I need it. Well, man, now I don't know what to do because I did need that one. I guess I'll have to run another one and I'll find that one when I'm cleaning up. But that really is weird. Y'all probably know where it's at and you're all probably trying to tell me through the video where it is. Huh. I really wanted that long one too. Let's see. And I didn't put it back because none of those fit. Oh my goodness. Oh well, let's do this. Let's take this long one. Some green paper. I'm just going to run it through my diamond press. And I will find that when I clean up. In the meantime, I use this one. I know it was there. I remember picking it up out of the thing. Or it coming up when I lifted the plate. Anyways, let's see if this worked. Yep. We have the cut. Just can't find anything today. I don't know. The scissors, the little scissors I just had. I don't see them. Does anybody else do that stuff? Or is it just me? Oh, there they are. I stuck them in the thing. In my thing back behind other stuff. Okay. Okay, let's get this back on here. And now we've got this. Okay, now we'll build from here. Okay, this will be the long one with the flower on the end. And this one will be here with it. And you know, I don't want to cover up too much of the background. So my thought was to keep it pretty simple. It would have been nice if there was a die to cover that with. But we're just going to leave it at that. How does that look? See, it doesn't cover that bottom. So what I'm thinking, snipping this up. And maybe it's just better without the gold. Maybe those gold leaves are too much. Nope, I think I'm just gonna do this. I wish the flower was bigger is the only thing. The flowers are not that big. So that's my only thing. But I like it like that. So I'm just gonna do that. Just simple. Now, because these are so small, right? So thin. As much as I dislike doing this, I'm gonna do it. Okay. So I'm going to make sure I got the right side first of all. And I'm just gonna get it in here. Now here's the thing is it's real thin. And I don't normally like putting glue in my hand. But I know that it needs to stick well because of the texture on this. So that's why I am pretty much doing what I normally try to avoid doing. I want to make sure it's going to stick well. Okay. And now I need to do the same thing for this. I'm going to do these little pieces, which, you know, they may not need to be done, but I'm going to put them on just to kind of ground the piece a little bit, right? Just want it to look like, you know, when you see flowers and there's a little bit of grass or whatever growing up around it. That's what this is, to me anyways. Okay, now I gotta get this piece, see if I still got enough glue on my hand to get it to stick. Okay. And now I will put glue on the flower and figure out okay, so there it is, nice and simple. So we don't want to busy it up with the busy background already, I'm thinking. And now I need a sentiment. And so I'm going to pull out my trusty See It With Style. And I'm thinking something along the lines of, thinking of you, so let's see. And see, that flower is up because of the texture from the drops. Oh, I guess I already did open it. Okay. So now I kind of want oh, I might not have a thinking of you. They look like they're all love and birthday. Well, I guess I will make it a not let's party. Nope. guess I'll make it a birthday. See, we don't want that on there, do we? Over here. No. No, it needs to be... Okay, I'm not finding one in here. That I would want. Here's birthday wishes. I don't think so. Here's happy birthday. That's not really working for me either. You are always on my mind and in my heart. I kind of like the way that, even the color of that. Okay. But is that where I want it? There or up here? I don't know. Tell you what, I'm gonna just leave that for now because I'm just not sure and there's no reason to rush it, right? So I might as well wait on that and figure that out later. Now I'm seeing one that may. No. Okay. So let me get these back in here and we will look at this other background that I wanted to see if it would still be any kind of usable. I bet you thought that looked horrible. I wonder if you still think that looks horrible. Because sometimes when we have backgrounds, we don't realize what it'll look like and that it'll work. And see, for me, I love this. I love the simplicity and the uniqueness. And I know, though, a lot of people don't like this kind of stuff. It's kind of my thing. I don't know why. I don't know why. I buy the funniest things sometimes. Let me see how to. Okay, I have this thing about ugly shoes. and I will find a pair of shoes and I think, man, these are some ugly shoes. But for some reason, I like them. And it always ends up being the weirdest thing. I get usually a lot of compliments. Don't know why. It's just something that happens. I end up getting complimented on these things, on these ugly shoes. And I will say to people, there was just something about these shoes. I had to have them, but then they're kind of ugly, but I had to have them. And it's just so weird to me that, one time it was really funny. Someone said to me, wow, Lori, I really like your shoes. I said, thank you. And I explained that, I had to have them, but when I bought them, I really thought, wow, these are ugly shoes, and why do I like ugly shoes? And one of the other ladies that was there at the time was like, yeah, they kind of are ugly, Like, she didn't want to just tell me, hey, I think they're ugly. But she was like, yeah, they kind of are ugly. I think they're ugly. And the other girl was like, no, they're cute. And I like them. And so we kind of got to talking about everybody has their own taste, and one thing about me is I've never been a rebel, ever. But one thing about me is that I tend to like being different from other people. So, you know how everybody has wood floors right now? Well, guess what? I don't really care for wood floors, and have I always been that way? No, but to me it's like everybody's got it. I know everybody loves them, everybody wants them, but to me, everybody's got them. Let me measure this. I'm cutting it, and I don't know what I'm cutting. Let me see if I can get something out of this. This scrap. I don't think I'm going to be able to do anything with it, but let me straighten it out and see. So it definitely needs to be thinner, and is it? Yeah. So that's 4, so we're going to do 3.5 and see. Get a little bit off of here. This will work on here. I do not like that. This has to be smaller. So let me see. I usually make bigger cards, right? I usually do not these smaller ones. So it's a little bit of an adjustment for me. So my thought with this was to just have, there is gold in this background. I thought I would just put a bunch in here. I don't know what the deal is with this leaf, but that is just not working. Nope, that's not right either. So let's get rid of those. Okay, I think this is just too long. So I'm just going to snip it a little bit at a time. Maybe I need to take that away. No. Let me see. Maybe I just need to take these pieces and tuck them around the flower. I don't think this is working either. And the video is starting to get long, but I did want to try to get this other one, you know, used a little bit. In some way, somehow, a note card or just something. Kind of layer that. Maybe I can use some of the green too. Maybe I can take some of the gold away. And just use some of the green. Okay, what I need to do is take this off. And just have a little bit of the gold leaves. Maybe. Nah, I don't care for that. Maybe it just needs to be super simple. Sometimes I really do overdo my stuff. Maybe it just needs to be super simple, like that. How is this? If we do it, and then we have a sentiment that goes here, then that might look okay. So I'm going to go ahead and get this glued down. How long has this video been taking too long? Y'all get tired of watching it, huh? Okay, and I'm not gonna glue this real down solidly, and so that I can pull these out if I want. I'm just gonna do it more in the middle, and I'm gonna put a good dab just to be sure that it's going to stick well on this. This texture is kind of thick, so I'm gonna do that, and then I will I guess I could 3D collal glue all this. And I think I'm not going to use the green. I'm thinking I'm going to use a different background. Who wouldn't that be something? Glitter paper. I could do black for this also. Let's try it. Let's try it and see. And maybe let's see. Oop. I think that's 3 3¾ so it would need to be by 5. Okay, let's see. I can do 5½ with this sheet. 5½. Oh, so that's gonna make 3½ wide, which is just gonna take a little bit off. And let's see how this looks, because this is gonna probably really change. Just like that. Does that give us an artsy feel? It leaves room for a sentiment, either top or bottom. I'm going to go ahead and do it. I'm doing all my cards along this time, huh? Oh well. Come on. Glue, glue, glue. I didn't mean to get it that thick in that one spot, but yeah, I still want it that way. Okay, and I will put this straight on here. And I'm wondering if I need to glue one on black. Not good. Try to get it to rub off. Okay. So now I got room here or here for sentiment. I'm not really sure how I feel about this one yet. It's different than I envisioned it doing. It's definitely different. And I'm just not real sure. I know I like the other one. I like the other one. It was more what I was hoping to do. So I just gotta find the right sentiment for it. And then there's this one. And this is going to be the end of this video, but my next video, I think I'm going to do flowers on this and see how it looks, because it's just a little bit different kind of paper. I mean, as far as the way it came out. So, but yeah, I think this one needs flowers. Here's another flower. Maybe I should have done 2 flowers over here. No. Okay. So that's my video for now. If you like my channel, please hit the like and subscribe button. If you missed it, I did do a video for the 200 subscriber swap. So please look for that. That's what it's titled. 200 subscriber swap. It has my address, and I think I pretty much covered everything I needed to for how the swap is working in that video. And of course, it's also written all in the description, and the address that they need to be sent to is in the description. So I appreciate everybody. Thanks for joining me, and I hope you'll join me again. Bye bye now.